I feel like Mark's got to take us through Weird Science and Enter the Dragon in like 120 seconds.
Right, record timing. Okay, quickly then. Weird Science. So yes, Arrow are on their 4K re-release train. I think what was it? Was it 4 years ago? I lose track. 4 years ago, they released their 4K remastered 1080p version of Weird Science. This is now the full-throated 4K version of that. The disc itself offers up a surprising visual upgrade over that previous Blu-ray, shall we say. The first thing to either amaze or offend, delete as appropriate, is how the grain looks. It's a very grainy film. And of course, 4K, resolving that grain in finer detail means the grain it looks sharper, it looks more prominent, it looks noisier, but it just looks like grain should look, as opposed to the 1080p where it's kind of a bit splotchy and a bit ugly. So the first thing to note is that the grain is even more prominent. But obviously what that means is that there's an extra layer of fine detail going on there. And you can see it's not the most razor sharp. It's a flat 185. I think it was shot spherical. So, it's a very, very shallow depth of field. It's a flat picture. The detail is a slight improvement. What is a big improvement, though, with the colors, the primaries in this, if you think about, the neon pink behind Kelly LeBrock when she steps out of the bathroom door for the first time, the bright red of the sky as they're firing up their computers, the whole palette is slightly brighter than it was before, but that doesn't suddenly turn all the blacks into milky grays. But the brightness and richness and saturation of those primaries really do pop. So the whole thing does, from a visual perspective, and I did go back and do some very, very brief comparisons, I think it is a noticeable improvement for fans of the film. The rest of the package, the same audio tracks, it's the same batch of extras, so Arrow have put no new extras on there. Now, obviously, we only get check discs. We don't get the finished package, so I don't know if the booklet that's included in this release has the same writing or if it's got any new writing as before. I don't know. Check out on the forums. But ultimately, for this release, it's the visual upgrade, and that's your lot. But I think for fans of the film, and let's be honest, we're all fans of the film, troubling as it may be, just can't say troubling or problematic, because apparently it's only a new thing. It's not.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? You've never seen Weird Science?
I've seen like bits, but I feel like I missed.
Do you remember what it was like to be an incredibly shallow teenage boy? It's that for 90 minutes.
Mark is spot on. It is.
With Kelly
seen
LeBrock looking amazing.
I feel like I've seen
it.
Yeah, I know, but hard to kill.
It's well, I'll put it this way. I watched it as a 13-year-old boy, and it was the greatest film I've ever seen. I watched it as the parent of a 13-year-old now, and let's just say there's a couple of bits that are slightly icky. But I can still take it. Like, do you know what? It's teenage boy wish fulfillment. But again, what's interesting and some of the comments in the thread were like, oh, well, it's to the modern world criticizing it. Well, do you know what? I even said in the review, go back and watch the original Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert review, because they have a Barney about the film where they are talking about, one says he ridicules the objectification of women, and the other says, oh, stop being such a stick in the mud. And that was from the time. Was from back in 85.
I bet it was Rog saying stop being such a stick in the mud. I bet he loved it.
It was. He did. He absolutely loved it. So Weird Science is a lovely upgrade.